YouTube family, what is going on, man? It is your boy, man, and I am back, man. Back again, man. Trying to end the year out right. Was gonna do a top 5 sneaker, but I felt like that would have been a little unfair. Wanted to do a top 10, but there were still sneakers that I really like and wanted to include in this list. So finally narrowed it down, bite the bullet, and I decided to do a top 20. If you're new to the channel, man, welcome. This is a fun spot, man. We have fun. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Hit that notification button so when I drop these videos, y'all be there together, man. If you are an existing subscriber of mine, man, y'all already know, man, y'all made Plot Kicks what we are today, man, and I love y'all 100%, man. Y'all already know we hit 1K this year, and we hoping to hit more than 2K next year moving forward. So we're gonna drop these videos, pop these sneakers out, man. Let me know what y'all think about my top 20s, man. Without further ado, man, let's go, man. First up on my list, I'm gonna have to say is, bam, the Jordan 2 H-Wing. I feel like the Jordan 2 H-Wing, in my opinion, I had to include the Jordan 2 H-Wing in this category simply because it was a iconic collaboration and a great story behind the Jordan 2 H-Wing, and I felt like this was something I definitely had to put in the collection. That is why the Jordan H-Wing hit my top 20 list. Also up on that list, man, I got a lot of Jordan 2s, and a lot of people is not gonna like some of my lists, but please keep in mind that this is my actual list. It's not something that, you know, it's my list, so you don't have to agree with it, but again, here's my list. Up next is the Jordan 2 Black Seaman. This was a definitely clean, dope looking sneaker, man. First time they offered the Black Cement colorway on the Jordan 2 full leather upper, and I really like this sneaker. I felt like this was definitely one for the collection simply because it was a new run, and I wanted to make sure that I did get this inside the collaboration, man. It was definitely a tie between this one and my Jordan 2 Chicago, but again, man, this is new and clean, but still, you mean, we gotta respect the OG. So you already know, man. Talking about that, you already know what's up, man. The Jordan 2 OG Chicago colorway, man. Clean, dope, and to the point. I am a big fan of Jordan 2s. Really big fan of Jordan 2s, in case you have not noticed. So that is why the Jordan 2 Chicago is in fact on the list. Up next on my list is another pair of Jordan 2s that a lot of people really slept on, and I felt like a lot of people slept on this sneaker for a lot of reasons, again, considering the fact that it's a Jordan 2, but I really like this sneaker, man. This is the Jordan 2 Cool Gray. This was a women's release, so I'm not sure if they did offer extended size, but the Jordan 2 Cool Gray was definitely a clean, dope looking sneaker. I felt like it's a sneaker that I needed to have along my Jordan 2 collection and other Jordan 2s that we definitely seen dropped this year. Up next on my list, man, you gotta throw this in there. It's not a Nike sneaker, but again, this is a classic sneaker, man. Got a lot of nostalgic stories behind it. You got a historic cartoon that's been running for years now. I think the Simpsons actually is on season 35, if I'm not mistaken. And also, man, a classic silhouette, man, the Stan Smith silhouette, man. So that is why I feel like, man, with all the stories and the history and heritage behind this, and the collab between Stan Smith, Adidas, the Stan Smith silhouette, and the Simpsons, man, I feel like this had to be in my list. Up on my list is, yes sir, this had to go in there, man. I feel like this sneaker was a slept on sneaker. It's a clean, dope looking sneaker. This one is a sneaker that I'm almost positive I'll never wear, but it's definitely a clean, cool sneaker for the collection, man. And this is the Jordan 1 Golf Gift Giver, and I really like this one. It was clean, dope, and to the point, and that's why I had to add this to the collection, man. Definitely one for my collection. Up next on the list, we have the Dunk Low wheat. You gotta have some Dunk Lows in your collection, man. And I feel like when the wheat dropped, it was such a clean, dope looking sneaker. Definitely a lovely, beautiful fall sneaker, and I had to put that in there. And that is the Dunk Low wheat. Also, we have the Nike SB N7. Like this sneaker, love everything that was behind the story behind this sneaker. This is another reason why I went after these sneakers. I went after both of them. They did in fact drop the red one and the black one. I felt like the red one was a cleaner fit. The black one was definitely a nice looking sneaker. Also, it's reselling on the resale market for a lot more than the red one, but I really like the red one. I went after both of them, like I said, but Nike only got them on one, which they got them on the one that I favored the most, so I was excited with that. And that's why I got the N7 SB in there. Woo! I'm telling you, man, I told y'all might not like this list, but it's my list, man. And I'm telling you, man, we definitely grabbed some bangers this year, man. Like I said, we got a lot. We hit for a lot of sneakers, but again, the list has to be the list, and this is why the list is what it is, man. Again, it's my list, and I feel like there's some clean, dope looking sneakers, man. Bam, boom. The Jordan 1 Change, man, and I feel like this one was an iconic sneaker. The reason why I want to have this sneaker in the collection is because of the story behind the sneaker, and the year, I think it was 67, don't quote me on it, but check my other video on this sneaker and you might see the full story on it, as to why I had to grab the sneaker, man. But this, the Jordan 1 Golf, Eastside Golf Change of 1967, had to add that to the collection. That's why you've seen it on my top 20. Up next on my top 20 is a sneaker that I felt like a lot of people slept on. I felt like when this sneaker dropped, it did great numbers, but also this sneaker, when it was originally released, it was a high top sneaker, and this is the UNC to Chicago Low. This also was a women's exclusive, so I felt like this sneaker didn't really do great numbers as I was anticipated doing. However, I do have the high top and the low top, but the low top did drop this year, and I felt like this sneaker would have done better numbers if it was in fact a full size run. It was not. It was a women's exclusive, and I think they went up to a size 12. And I feel like that was the downfall on this sneaker. But all in all, man, the UNC to Chicago Low is a clean, dope looking sneaker, and that's why it made it to your boy top 20. Let's ride, man. Let's ride. Bam. The Dunk Low SB Fog. This was definitely a hard one. I couldn't really place it where I feel like it should be, but I feel like I would do this sneaker a lot of justice, keeping it in the middle. And like I said, man, it's just a clean, dope looking sneaker, man. Wearability is just absolutely an everyday wearable sneaker. Gray, the black material, that gum sole is always, man, I'm always a sucker for a gum sole. I'm not sure why, but you can throw a gum sole on anything for me and I will go crazy for it, man. But that is the reason why the SB Dunk Low Fog is a part of my top 20. And I would figure y'all would agree too, because again, this sneaker is definitely clean, dope to the point. Price point is good, wearability is good, and it's a Dunk Low. So the more you wear them, the better they look. For some reason, man, these things look better as they age, and that is why the Dunk Low Fog is sitting in the middle where it's at right now. Bam. Up next is my Jordan 1. This was the I think this was the Union LA Bape Beauty Shop. I felt like this sneaker was definitely a hyped sneaker when I first saw these on the app. I first saw these on the Nice Kicks app, and I said, you know what, I gotta have these. I love them because they were different, the contrast in them, and on top of that, I missed just about every other Union LA Dunks or Nike or Jordan 1 that came out. I missed just about every last one of them, and I was determined to make sure that I'd grab one. This one is definitely, in my book, a dope, clean looking sneaker. It's definitely different. They did in fact drop these in 2 different runs. They did drop the Elevate for the women as well, but this was a full size run, and then they had the Jordan 1 Babe Bluesy Shop in the Elevate. So they did in fact sell out eventually, but they weren't as fast to sell out as I thought they would. I did in fact win a pair. I won 2 pairs of these. I initially went after them when they were first released on the Union LA app, and they were taking so long for me to get the sneakers in. When I saw that they was released on the sneaker app, I went ahead and enter on the sneaker app, and I did in fact hit 4 of these on the sneaker app. So I got 1 to wear and 1 to spare. So again, clean, dope, different, and as you can see, man, just by looking at it, man, I feel like this sneaker is going to do numbers further on in the future. But as of right now, man, they're affordable. The prices on the resale market is not crazy. So I mean, still something to grab before they actually go crazy with these prices. You feel me? Bam. Also, you cannot talk top 20, in my opinion, considering the fact that I am a sucker for a blue sneaker. In case you guys have not noticed, blue sneakers, red sneakers, and black sneakers. Blue, red, black. I'm a sucker for that colorway, but I'm also a big sucker for the Jordan 2s. So you cannot, in my opinion, talk top 20 without dropping the UNC Toe Jordan 1. In my opinion, man, these were actually a slow mover as well. Didn't really get the love that they deserve. I did in fact pick up double up on these, and I don't regret doubling up on these, because I can see these later on becoming very notable in the in the sneaker game moving forward. But I had to grab these, and that is why the UNC Toe is a part of my top 20. Now, here's where it gets real tricky. I am now down to 2, 4, 6, 7 pairs of sneakers. And I feel like between the 6 and 7 right now is such a hard placing, simply because one of them was a really dope. They're both dope sneaker. On the other hand, one of them, I felt like they didn't really do much justice on them, because I felt like they didn't release them in a full family run, so they didn't really do much justice on them. And I felt like if it was a full family run, these sneakers would have done absolute ridiculous numbers, man. And as you can see, I got the box right here for it, and I'm gonna pick up both the sneakers, and I'm gonna see which one I really stand out for. But I already know in my mind which one I'm actually gonna put at that spot. Bam! We got, and this is why this one is so hard for me to pick who's going to be 6 and who's going to be 7. Simply because the Jordan 5 UNC is an iconic sneaker this year, man. And you cannot talk top 20 without talking about the Jordan 5 UNC, man. In my opinion, I personally can't. Again, it's blue. The material is ridiculously beautiful. The sneaker is beautifully designed. I am a sucker for that jersey tab on the back. It was just everything about the sneaker they did so different, and I love these, but also I felt like this one never really got the real shot that it deserved. This was the Jordan 12 Brilliant Orange, and I felt like this one dropped around All-Star Weekend for the women's. It was a women's exclusive. That is why they did drop the box with the stars and all that stuff on there. And I felt like because it was not a full family run, this sneaker, we really didn't get to see the volume that this sneaker could have done. But these did in fact sell out. And in my opinion, it kind of reminded me, if they wanted to say, they could have Nike marketing could have called these the Jordan 12 Shattered Backboard, and it would have just gone crazy. But I'm gonna have to say, because of the simple fact that I didn't see these in full family run and the way they came, I'm gonna have to give the Jordan 5 7th place, simply because I felt like it was a disadvantage to the Jordan 12 Brilliant Orange, and the fact that the Jordan 12 Brilliant Orange right now is doing ridiculous numbers on the aftermarket. Mine is a 10.5, which is my size, which would be a size 9 in men's, and that sneaker right now is actually in my size. I think it's going for about between $550 to $600, which again, that was a sneaker that when it released for women's All-Star Weekend, it was a $210 price point sneaker, while this sneaker is still cost more, because I think this one was $225 and it's still sitting under the price of the Brilliant Orange. So that is why I'm going to give this one 7th place. I'm sorry, my UNC, but again, man, it's a dope, clean looking sneaker, man. And the cat's out the bag. We already know who's going to be number 6 on the list, and it's definitely going to be my Jordan 12 Brilliant Orange, aka, in my opinion, the Jordan 12 bam Shattered Backboard. But we still gotta go, man. Still gotta go on. Up on the list, this 5 is definitely crazy. And the reason why I feel like this 5 is going to be crazy, because a lot of people might definitely I'm going to get a lot of comments on this last 5. But again, please, man, hit me with them comments, man. Drop them comments. Tell me what direction y'all would have went with some of these sneakers, as far as where would y'all rank some of these sneakers. I'm always up for a conversation piece, a debate piece, as to what you think and where you think the sneakers should have stacked up. So I'm always up for that, man. Just let me know what y'all think about these. But without further ado, man, the show must go on. And always, man, you cannot say thank you without the gratitude, man. Gotta be number 5 for me in this on this list, man, is the gratitude, man. We're talking about, look at soft tumble leather, that gold jump, man, that patent leather, that milky outsole, just a beautiful, dope looking sneaker, man. Jordan 11 have always captured the hearts of many, and will continue to do so, man. Definitely an iconic sneaker. The silhouette is a beautiful silhouette, and this is why the Jordan 11 gratitude is number 5. Up between fighting for 4 and 3, I would have to say, is my Alma Mater 5s. And the way I picked these two, I felt like the Alma Mater 5 Dusk is going to be, for me, number 4, simply because it's a black sneaker. It's a dope looking sneaker. I mean, attention to detail is there, as you can see, man. You got the Alma Mater in the bubble, you got that stitched on in the back, all that good stuff going on there. But I'm going to have to give it to the Alma Mater 5 is going to be my number 4. Definitely a wearable sneaker. You can definitely get a lot more wears with this one. You can get a lot more clothing options with this one, simply because of the colorway And I mean, just a dope looking sneaker. I feel like this one was a little bit overhyped. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel like it's a little bit overhyped. Simply because everybody saw LeBron in these things, and the numbers for these went crazy after LeBron did in fact put them on. But in my honest opinion, I feel like the Dawn is a better looking sneaker than the Dusk, and that's just the bottom line. I mean, like I said, you guys can go ahead, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about these in the comment section, man. What y'all think? How would y'all rank them? Where would y'all put them? So on and so forth. But I feel like the Dawn is a more subtle, crazy, beautiful looking sneaker. That colorway is just clean, and I really like the Dawn a little bit better than I did with the Dusk. Fighting for number 1 and number 2. I did in fact pick my number 1 already, and I did in fact pick my number 2. But before I bring you out my number 1 and my number 2, number 1 is placed at number 1 simply because of iconic purposes, just legendary reasons, iconic reason behind the sneakers. The fact that I never had one of these sneakers. The fact that, you know, it's a clean, looking at it, it's a clean looking sneaker. Will I ever put these sneakers on? I'm almost positive I will never put them on, but I'm almost positive this is one of the sneakers that I would never let go out of my collection as far as selling or trading a sneaker go. Those will never leave my collection. So without further ado, man, let's bring out number 2 and talk about number 2, man. Bam. Number 2 for me is the Jordan 8 Soulfly. And the reason why I picked these at number 2 and not number 1 is because when I saw the Jordan 8 Soulfly, I was in love with these sneakers. And I'm talking about, I tracked these sneakers down on every single app that I had that I knew where, or whether it would be a raffle or a release and so on and so forth. Wherever these were going to be, I wanted to be in that lineup to at least get one pair of these Jordan 8 Soulfly. I do in fact got a review for these ones coming, so you can see the full review and the crazy detail to this sneaker as to why I picked the Jordan 8 Soulfly, aka the Jordan 8 Mikasa es su casa, and a lot of details and Cuban oriented detail behind this sneaker, as you can see right there. It also have it on the inside. But again, this is just a clean, dope looking sneaker, man, and I really like this sneaker, man. I love the colorway, the color contrast is just absolutely beautiful sneaker, man. This thing was just in time for Christmas, and it definitely screams beautiful Christmas sneaker. And finally on the list, man, is my Kobe Bryant Reverse Grinch Protro. Never had a pair of Kobe Bryant sneakers growing up. These was one of the raffles. When I did in fact when I asked the Kobe Bryant raffle, I never really hit on them. Always been a Jordan fan. But it's only right that I have a pair of Kobe's in the collection, simply because growing up there were 3 basketball players that I always looked up to. Kobe Bryant did in fact got drafted while I was in middle school. And it was Jordan first, Kobe, then AI that I looked up to. I never got a pair of AI because I don't like Reebok, so I'll probably never get a pair of AI, but I'll definitely keep a couple of AI jerseys around. But as far as the sneakers go, I never liked the sneakers. I always thought they were ugly. When Kobe was with Adidas, I did in fact had a couple of I love the Crazy 8s. And I gotta say that was by far one of the only ones that I actually liked, was the Kobe Bryant Crazy 8s. But the Reverse Grinch is an iconic Kobe Bryant sneaker, iconic silhouette, and just want to make sure that I have one of these in the collection, man. I feel like it's a clean, dope looking sneaker. It's a sneaker that I don't feel like I'll ever wear because it's just not really my flash, but it's definitely an iconic basketball silhouette, an iconic basketball sneaker, and it was from an iconic basketball player, probably the second greatest of all time, next to Michael Jordan. And I just absolutely like the sneaker, man, and definitely is going to keep this in the collection, man. But that is it for me, man. This is my top 20 sneaker of 2023, man. Can't wait to see what 2024 look like, man. I'm already excited, especially for them Jordan 4 red leather. Those things are fire. If I can double or triple up, I'm going for it. But it's going to be a hard grab, you know. So I'd be lucky if I even get one pair. But if I do get them, I'm definitely going to share them with y'all, man. But it is your boy, man. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. As always, man, y'all already know. Gotta drop the final one. It's your boy, Sneaker Drop. Peace. I'm out.